Attention, all the news in this video are from all around the internet and from our sources. We deliver to you the most realistic news. Also make sure to read the description.
Roma will accelerate bid to sign Arsenal star Granit Xhaka today. The push from Roma to sign Granit Xhaka from Arsenal is expected to accelerate today and tomorrow, with Calciomercato reporting that the midfielder could cut his holiday short to confirm a move. Xhaka has been linked with a move away from the Emirates for much of the summer. But of course, Euro 2020 limited how much the Giallorossi could do in their pursuit of the Swiss, who went on to enjoy a superb tournament. However, it now seems that they are back on track. And according to Calciomercato, a deal could go through imminently. The report notes that the sticking point has been the transfer fee. Arsenal want £17 million for the 28-year-old. But Roma had only wanted to pay £12.8 million. Crucially, Jose Mourinho's men needed to sell players to boost their funds and allow them to offer more. And with Pau Lopez and Cengiz undergone, Roma are reportedly able to kick on. Calciomercato notes that Xhaka has already agreed personal terms. He is ready to sign a 4-year deal. And he is also now ready to leave his holiday prematurely to seal the move. The writing seems to have been on the wall for a little while. There looked to be little way back for Xhaka at Arsenal. Of course, Mikel Arteta and the midfielder will likely make it work if he does not leave. But it seemed as though all parties were on board with a move. The only stumbling block left is a fee. But if Roma are now able to increase their offer, they are surely not going to allow the deal to fall through at this stage. Hector Bellerin forces move to Inter Milan. Hector Bellerin has made personal contact with the Arsenal board to facilitate his transfer to Inter Milan, according to Rome-based newspaper Corriere dello Sport. After Achraf Hakimi's departure to Paris Saint-Germain, the Italian club have made Bellerin their top target for the vacant right-back position. Inter CEO Beppe Marotta and sporting director Piero Orzilio want a loan deal with an option to buy for the 26-year-old. The Nerazzurri have limited room to maneuver in the transfer market due to financial constraints and cannot pay a transfer fee up front. Bellerin has failed to develop consistently at the London club. After suffering an anterior cruciate ligament injury back in 2019, the Spaniard has never been the same. He has lost a yard of pace, which was his prime asset while defending or attacking down the right flank. It would be better for his career to move to a slower-paced league in Serie A. The difference in intensity and playing style may suit his game better. Arsenal are slowly revamping their squad this summer, and Bellerin does not complement Mikel Arteta's future vision for the club. With Bellerin eager to move, he could convince Arsenal to accept Inter's demands and allow him to exit on loan. Newcastle opened talks to sign Joe Willock on loan once again. Newcastle United are hoping to sign Joe Willock this summer and they have already opened talks with Arsenal regarding another loan deal. The 21-year-old midfielder was on loan at St James Park last season and he was outstanding for the Magpies. The young midfielder managed to score in 7 consecutive Premier League games towards the end of the season and it is no surprise that Newcastle are looking to bring him back. Steve Bruce needs to add more quality and depth to his midfield and Willock could be a key player for his side next year. The 21-year-old is unlikely to play regular first-team football with Arsenal and a loan spell could be ideal for all parties involved. According to The Times, Mikel Arteta is yet to make a concrete decision regarding the future of the midfielder and conversations have taken place between the two clubs regarding a season-long loan. Willock is highly talented but he needs to play regularly at this stage of his career in order to continue his development and fulfill his potential. If Arsenal cannot guarantee him first-team minutes next year, it would be wise of them to consider the loan offer from Newcastle. It is evident that the midfielder is highly rated by Steve Bruce and he will get ample opportunities to showcase his quality at Newcastle. Arsenal fans impressed with Jack-Henry Francis's cameo display in Hibernian-friendly defeat. A selection of Arsenal fans on Twitter were impressed with the cameo appearance from academy graduate Jack-Henry Francis against Hibernian yesterday. The Gunners started their pre-season with a 2-1 friendly defeat to the Scottish outfit, but there were plenty of positives to take from the game. Several teenagers were given the chance to impress. Henry Francis particularly caught the eye of some supporters with his 17-minute appearance. The 17-year-old replaced Mohamed Elneny in midfield in the 75th minute. He impressed with his movement, quick distribution and desire to have the ball. The youngster played his part in the lead-up to the consolation goal scored by Emile Smith-Rowe in the 82nd minute. A few of the club's faithful have already compared him with former star Cesc Fabregas with the confidence he demonstrated with the ball. Henry Francis could be one to watch out for the remainder of pre-season. He is still only 17 and may not break into the first-team plans anytime soon. In recent years, the Europa League group stage has offered opportunities to young players, but the club are not playing in any European competitions this term. Henry Francis was a regular for the under-18s last term with 1 goal and 3 assists from 15 outings. He could earn promotion to the under-23s next season. The youngster has yet to sign a professional contract with the club. He could be offered one soon if he can produce a few more noticeable displays in pre-season. Mikel Arteta shares a transfer update that should please Arsenal supporters. There may not be many positives for Arsenal to take from their loss to Hibs this evening, but Emile Smith-Rowe did look bright and he scored a nice goal too. He did break through into the first team last year and he looks like the kind of player that Mikel Arteta should be building the team around going forward, but there was something a bit off this summer. Transfer interest from Aston Villa simply wouldn't go away, while there were even suggestions that they were ready to come back with a third offer, so there were fears that he could be sold. It was never going to be a good look for the club if they were cashing in on some of their most promising young players, so this update from Mikel Arteta should be what the fans are looking to hear. Arteta on Smith-Rowe's future. Arteta was asked, "Are you determined to keep Emile Smith-Rowe despite Aston Villa's interest?" Arteta replied, "Without a question. Yes, he will stay here. 100%. He was asked again, "What do you make of Aston Villa's bids?" He said, "No comment. He's not out of contract imminently, so there's no pressure for Arsenal to let him go, but it would make sense to reward him with a new deal to signal that he really won't be going anywhere." Under pressure, Mikel Arteta already blaming the referees as Arsenal defeated by Hibs. There's no doubt that this summer does feel like a turning point in the Arsenal rebuild, but Mikel Arteta is going to come under some serious pressure for his job if they don't have a good start to next season. He's been able to turn for the excuse for a couple of seasons about getting new ideas across and perhaps that this isn't his squad of players, but enough time has passed and signings have been made so that doesn't fly anymore. It was immediately clear that their friendly against Hibs wasn't going well when Arteta out was trending, and you can see he's laying the early groundwork for excuses going into the new season. Sky Sport Premier League have shared a video on Twitter showing what Arteta and the other coach have said after the match. It's a pre-season game against a decent team, so it's not a disaster, but all he simply has to do is acknowledge that and move on to the next game, so having a little moan about a goal being offside does give off the air of a desperate man. There's still plenty of time for this season to be a success, but the all-or-nothing cameras do have a tendency to come along when a team is about to descend into shambles, and that has to be a worry for Arsenal fans just now. Juventus reportedly desperate to sell Gunners and Everton-linked ace. Tuttosport claim that Juventus are now desperate to get Arsenal and Everton target Aaron Ramsey off their books this summer. The Wales international has endured 2 pretty ordinary years in Turin. The Gunners and the Toffees have been the 2 clubs most heavily linked with Ramsey. He enjoyed a decent Euro 2020, with his stock rising again at just the right time. Now Juve want to cash in, as they go in search of players to bolster their own squad. Manuel Locatelli is thought to be a top target of the old lady. It is thought that Ramsey earns £400,000 a week. Reports claim, however, that the fee is closer to £135,000 a week, with some bonuses paid by other parties. Those wages haven't been reflected during his time in Italy though. He has scored just 6 goals and registered 6 assists during 65 appearances for the club. It's been previously reported that Ramsey could be available at a bargain price. The Mirror claimed that £10 million would be required to prize him away from Turin. Given Juventus' desire to get him off the wage books, It could now be even less and clubs could quickly show their interest. Given that he won't play much football at Juventus, it seems likely that the Welsh star will accept a pay cut. At 30 he will be desperate to play regular first-team football and will recognize he needs to leave to do that. Ramsey is a proven Premier League performer. He scored 40 goals and claimed 51 assists during his 262 appearances for the Gunners earlier in his career. That would surely see him interested in a return to North London, although Everton could be an attractive proposition too. Rafa Benitez is getting adjusted to life on Merseyside for the second time in his career and he'll be eyeing some new players. Ramsey could soon have a decision to make. Ruben Neves agent in regular contact with Arsenal over summer move. The agent of Wolverhampton Wanderers midfielder Ruben Neves is in regular contact with Arsenal technical director Edu Gaspar over a summer move, The Sun reports. The Gunners have a deal in place to sign Anderlecht midfielder Albert Sambi Lokonga, but they are searching for an experienced signing with the anticipated exit of Granit Xhaka. The club are interested in signing Neves from Wolves, and super agent Jorge Mendes is keeping close contact with Edu to push through his client's transfer to the Gunners. The reported £35 million valuation remains a stumbling block for the North London club, and they may have to sell Xhaka before affording a deal for Neves. Xhaka is the subject of a £15 million bid from Roma. Negotiations are continuing between the clubs, with the Gunners wanting close to £20 million for the Swiss midfielder. The Gunners have made just one signing in left Nuno Tavares from Benfica, and they are expected to announce Lokonga's arrival after his quarantine. They are in active talks with several other players. It is widely known that they are in negotiations with Brighton and Hove Albion for centre-back Ben White. Neves is another player that has been on their radar over the past month, and they have the opportunity to land him as he is no longer indispensable to Wolves. The Midlands outfit have already made 3 signings, and they are looking to recoup funds from big player sales to add more quality players to their ranks. Neves could be the perfect upgrade on Granit Xhaka with his better defensive attributes while he is also precise with his long ball distribution. He is more mobile compared to the Swiss on the field and can deliver quality set pieces. He is also not afraid to take shots and can score the odd wonder goal. At 24 Neves is entering the prime of his career and would be a top-class signing. He could become the ideal partner for Thomas Partey with his good work rate. Leicester City to offer Gunners target monster contract in hope of preventing summer transfer. Leicester City have offered to double James Maddison's wages in an attempt to keep him out of the grasp of Arsenal, according to Todo Fichajes. Football. London have previously reported that Arsenal are considering making a move to sign Maddison, who has been hugely impressive for Leicester in recent seasons. The Gunners have recently parted ways with Martin Odegaard, who returns to Real Madrid following the expiration of his 6-month loan deal. As a result, they find themselves in need of a new creative number 10, with Maddison seemingly ticking all of the necessary boxes. Leicester will not allow Maddison to leave without putting up a fight, though. As Todo Fichajes reports, a considerable contract offer has been made. The report claims that Leicester have offered Maddison just shy of £200,000, €230,000 per week, double what he is on currently, in hope that he will reject advances from Arsenal and stick around at the King Power. The aforementioned Football London report suggested that it would take more than £60 million to convince Leicester to part ways with Maddison. Perhaps he is waiting to discover whether that's a price Arsenal would be willing to pay before committing his future.
We will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on our channel, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate your support.